Alright guys, so I'm in my civilian uniform. I'm going to show you in the greenhouse because there's quite a lot been going on. Check it out. So on the right hand side we've got some plants I've bought, some peas, petit pois. They need potting up. I bought 3 little strawberry plants so we can start multiplying out from those, and I've had an absolute find of the century. These pots I got from the local dump. Some people were getting rid of them and I said, oh, can I have them? And they were like, yeah. And I got that from them as well. Nice terracotta pot. So I thought I can put the young boy's tomato plant in there because it needs potting up. It's getting there. It's starting to flower at the top. There's some flowers coming. There's a chilli plant that I ordered, which is a really mild one. Trying to get the boys more into chilies and using chilies and being used to being around chilies. And there's a load of chilies that I've purchased as seeds, but they don't seem to be coming up yet. So we'll have to see if they're going to be successful or not. And then I'm just we're having a bit of a clear out in the kitchen, and I'm just sorting out all the basil. So I've just been you know, very roughly shoving basil stems into here, into cups as I've used them, and then just sort of forgotten about them. And they are growing, and I've sort of overflowed from here. And they've got loads of roots, and there's absolutely loads of stems in there. There's one I saw that looks like it's died. But I just keep topping it up with water when it looks like it's getting low, and then just keep adding them in. So there's no special treatment going on. It's rough as you like. And these are the others that I planted before. They've been in the conservatory, and they're a bit worse for wear because the blinds come down on one, and we've got 2 that survived. There were 3 in each pot, but I put them straight into the conservatory. And these bowls on the bottom. Anyway, I'm going to fill up one of these containers and just plant them all in, and I'll show you what I've been doing for compost, because we haven't bought any fresh compost. We've just been using soil from the garden. But I've got a wheelbarrow up here where I've just been emptying out old pots and then mixing it all together, and then it was covered with that sort of plastic bag, the gardening bag, so it was holding its moisture. But I'm going to fill this up and use that to plant a few things in the greenhouse. A bit short of compost. Definitely do with filling that up a bit more, so I think I'm going to have a look around for some compost and see you in a bit. Okay, so I've just pulled this pot up. It's empty and not really being used, so I'm going to empty it out into the wheelbarrow, or maybe I'll just top that pot up. It's heavy. Probably just top it up. Yeah, that works. And I'll bring the other pot, the tomato plant. There we go, that'll be ready for the basil. We'll go down and plant it, and I'm not going to put it in the greenhouse straight away. I'm going to put it somewhere quite cool and shady, so it'll let all the little new starters of basil get a fighting chance starting off their lives. Let's have a look. plant these more established ones in the terracotta pots, pull them out. There you go. Got all its stones in the bottom still. That'll be good for something else. Put one on each side. These were just planted in soil from the garden, so that's why there's a few weeds on top. That's the benefit with compost. You don't get any weeds growing in it because it's a sterile, and this thing's come off. That could be a cutting. And we've got these. I'll just plant a few of these so you can see. Look at that. Lots and lots of roots, and it's growing already. It's a little bit light green, so it's desperate to get in soil. And just shove your finger in, shove it down, so you can plant them quite quickly. Wow, look at that. Has that got any? Yeah, that would have been a more recent one. A little bit of roots going on there. This one hasn't grown any roots, so I won't put that in. Got a hole in my glove. Bit annoying. So anyway, I'll do some more planting and show you what we've got at the end. One with a lot of roots and one with a little tiny bit. And different weeks of making pizza. This to come out. Wait. You right?
Yeah, what are these?
Basil. Remember all the pizza we've made?
Yeah.
Every time that I've taken some basil off the stems, we shove them in the glass, don't we? Did you put some in one of the glasses once?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it? What do you remember about it?
So so when we were doing pizza, when we did the basil, you asked me to you said, William, can you put the basil in the pot, please? And I did it, and then it glowed, but I'm not sure what it was.
Okay.
Daddy, these are cherry seeds.
Lovely.
Cherry stones, so can you?
Oh, come with me. Look. We're going to put your tomato plant in a bigger pot so it does better. What do you think about that?
Some deadness. All the deadness off. The deadness gone. What we ever plant these cherry seeds?
I don't know, Dad. It's a tree. Are they from the tree?
These?
Yeah. The cherry seeds. We could plant them, see what happens.
Yeah, what is that? Is it poisonous? Because it's a little red tiny spider.
Just a little red mite. No, it's not poisonous.
What are mites?
Just a little tiny insect.
Take your blood on you. When they poison it.
No, they're just trying to be themselves, darling. Be a little bug. Here we go. So we've got lots and lots of plants in there, and it's so quick to do because you've just seen me do it, and we've still got a cup full to go, and these are the ones with the huge amounts of roots. Some of these have very little root in them that I've been putting in, but I'm going to keep popping them in. We're going to have an absolute ton of basil. I hadn't realised. I mean, I could put some in another pot really, but we'll load this pot up and then we can always take them out, and I mean this is going to be prime for taking more cuttings from. So there we go. Let's find a gap, make a hole. Yeah, we're done. Let's get it in the soil because they won't survive or indefinitely in the water. They go a bit pale and they start wanting the soil. And there's some spots here. We'll give them a good water when we're done. There's so many. We have pizza probably every 2 weeks, and I'll buy a packet of basil from the Aldi. It's about 60p for a packet. I don't know if you get like something like 8 or 10 stems with lots of leaves on. Hello? Yeah?
We did put a cotton in front of the door.
Okay. And I also, so that's them all planted. I couldn't even count them, maybe 20 or 30 stems. And I got this at the dump as well. So we can water everything a bit nicely. This bucket is what I was using. Mind out, darling.
Then now can go through.
Oh, careful, mind the camera. Can you see what I've done?
Strawberry bag.
Yeah, strawberries.
Me gonna feel them. I'm so sick.
Okay, so watered them in. We'll give them a bit more water as that all settles, and then the youngest was just looking at these strawberries, so they're developing already very quickly, so very nice. I'll pop that tomato plant up and give you a view of like how everything's doing in a couple of weeks maybe.